Got some breaking news that we're starting with tonight. In just the last few minutes, sources telling us that officials are closing in on the possible source of that parasite outbreak that has spread in parts of the country. Sources tell NBC News this, that the FDA is investigating Iceberg lettuce supplied to Taco Bell. Okay, so Iceberg lettuce supplied to Taco Bell by the company Taylor Farms is the potential origin of this outbreak. That's new. That's significant because up until this point, it's been like, okay, is it the berries? Is it the lettuce? We thought maybe it's the lettuce or salad greens or whatever. This is way more specific. We've been reporting on this. Look at all these states where there are cases, some 7,000 of them in more than half the states across the country. Most of them are concentrated in Michigan. Okay, that state is seeing like 4,000 plus cases just by itself. Let me bring in Erica Edwards, who's following this for us. Working the phones, working your sources. So bring us up to speed. Iceberg lettuce, Taco Bell, Taylor Farms. Walk us through it.
That's right. As you said, Hallie, sources tell me that the FDA is indeed investigating shredded iceberg lettuce supplied by California-based Taylor Farms as a possible source in the escalating outbreak of cyclosporiasis in at least 4 Midwestern states. Of course, you mentioned Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Now, that announcement from federal health officials is expected any minute now. Earlier today, Michigan, which, as you said, has accounted for the bulk of the cases, announced it had confirmed more than 4,300 infections, and we do expect that number to rise in the coming days. Remember, whatever's making people sick today was eaten a week or two ago based on the incubation period of this parasite. And it was Michigan that first flagged lettuce and salad greens as a potential source based on interviews with more than 1,000 people who've been infected. We did reach out, I should mention, to Taylor Farms and Yum Brands, the parent company of Taco Bell. They have not responded yet. Hallie.
Now, Taco Bell had previously said, Erica, and I don't have the language directly in front of me here, but they had previously said that they were pausing, I think, the sale of things with like lettuce or some other fresh produce in it precautionarily. This was, I think, yesterday or the day before.
That's right. Some pictures from Taco Bell locations in Michigan kind of went viral last week because they had posted signs on their drive-through saying, we are pulling some of these ingredients in an abundance of caution as this outbreak is continuing. Taco Bell finally got back to us this week confirming that yes, they had proactively pulled some of these products as the investigation had continued.
And Taylor Farms, the name is familiar. They have been involved, I believe, in some various other things before, right?
Excellent memory, Hallie. This is not the first time Taylor Farms has been connected to a cyclosporiasis outbreak. In 2013, 631 people in 25 states were sickened by a salad mix linked to the company. Many of those people were sickened in Iowa and Nebraska. They'd eaten at an Olive Garden, a Red Lobster. The outbreak was eventually traced to that salad mix from a Taylor Farms processing plant in Mexico. In 2024, Taylor Farms was at the root of an E. coli outbreak linked to, remember this, slivered onions on McDonald's quarter pounder hamburgers.
Yes.
104 people sickened in 14 states in that outbreak. Hallie.
Erica Edwards, boy, thank you for bringing us that breaking news. A big, significant hint, clue, piece of information. Appreciate it. Bring us any new reporting. I know you will as you get it.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.